Have you ever asked yourself, why does my body feel different now? Even though you've tried, you've taken care of yourself. You've been through so many days in your life. If that question ever arises, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, because these changes are not your fault. As you age, your body doesn't stop working. It just works in a calmer way. And when your body changes, it speaks a new language. Imagine your body like a sturdy old house, full of memories, full of stories. The house isn't broken. It just needs different attention, a little slower, a little gentler, a little more mindful. In this video, we'll walk together, not to judge, not to scare, but to understand. To understand the body that has faithfully accompanied us. To understand the changes that it's natural. Understanding new ways to care for yourself with respect. It's not about shame. It's about comfort. It's not about age. It's about wisdom. And it's not about inadequacy, but about loving adjustment. If you've ever felt less alone with your changing body, if you've ever wanted to live each day with more confidence and serenity, then this journey was made for you. Slowly, warmly, and with understanding, because every age deserves to be lived with peace. Let's begin this journey, with an open heart and a calm step. Have you ever smelled the scent of rain falling on old earth? It's not a bad smell, but a scent that says, I've been here a long time. That's how the human body ages. Many older men wonder, without daring to say it aloud, why does my body smell different now? Even though they've showered, they've groomed, they've tried to take care of themselves. If you've ever felt that way, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, and listen carefully, because this video isn't meant to judge. It's not meant to scare, and it's not meant to make anyone feel inferior. This video is a warm conversation, like sitting with an old friend on a quiet afternoon. Today, we'll discuss 4 main reasons why a man's body odor can change as he ages. For those of you who have gone through many seasons of life, whose hair is turning gray, whose steps may be slower, but whose hearts are full of stories, you're not alone. And these body changes are part of the journey, not the end of a comfortable life. Before we get into the main discussion, if you find videos like this helpful, calm, friendly, and made specifically for older men, please support this channel. Press like, subscribe, and share with those you care about. Your support is like a small light in the window of a house. Not big, but very meaningful. Thank you for your support. Now, let's start with the first cause. A body that no longer cleans itself as quickly as it used to. Imagine your body as a house. When the house is new, the air flows easily. The dust disappears quickly. The fresh scent lingers. But as the years go by, the house remains sturdy, still beautiful, but little corners start to collect dust. It's not because the house is bad. It's not because the house is damaged. It's because the house has been standing for a long time. The body of an elderly man works the same way. Little things that used to clean themselves now require extra attention. Sweat that used to evaporate quickly now lingers a little longer. Odors that used to disappear quickly now linger unnoticed. It's important to remember, these are not signs of a dirty body, but rather a sign of a slowing down of the body. It's normal. The odor that appears in old age isn't because you haven't taken care of yourself. It's not because you're careless, and it's not because you're worthless. It's because a body that's been loyal for decades now operates at a calmer rhythm. And a calmer rhythm requires more loving care. Imagine an elderly man waking up in the morning. He opens the window. The sunlight slowly streams in. He showers, puts on clean clothes, and sits down to breakfast. But his body carries yesterday's residue. It's nothing major. Just small traces of the previous day's journey. Like a travel bag that hasn't been completely unpacked. Inside are worn clothes, trapped air, and lingering scents. If the bag is carried unopened, its contents will be felt. Not only by the owner, but also by those around him. The body in old age is like a loyal old car. The engine is still going strong. It can still travel long distances. It just needs to be cleaned more often. And aired out more. Old. And there's nothing wrong with that. A well-maintained old car is often more valuable than a neglected new one. Old age isn't about getting older. It's about changing habits. Changes in the way you walk. Changes in the way you rest. And changes in the way you care for yourself. A changing body odor is a gentle reminder from your body. Take care of me in a new way. And when we patiently listen to our bodies, our confidence can grow back. Today we've understood one important reason. Men's bodies in old age don't cleanse themselves as quickly as they used to. And that is human nature. There's nothing to hide. There's nothing to fear. There are just small adjustments for a more comfortable life. Because taking care of yourself in your later years is the highest form of respect for the long journey of life. Next, we'll discuss the second cause, which often occurs silently, unconsciously, and without immediate notice. Many older men say, "I've showered. I've changed clothes. I feel fine." But still, the smell creeps in. Not suddenly. Not strongly, but enough to be noticeable. We'll talk about a simple thing. Air trapped inside the body for too long. It's not a scary topic. It's not an embarrassing topic. It's a very human topic. Imagine a room. The room is clean. The floor is tidy. There's no trash, but the windows are rarely opened. The first day, nothing is felt. The second day, the air starts to feel heavy. The third day, the room remains clean, but the smell changes. Not because it's dirty, but because old air isn't leaving, and new air isn't coming in. This is what often happens to men's bodies as they age. Second cause. The body doesn't get the air circulation it used to. When we're young, our bodies are like a house with lots of open windows. We move a lot. We walk a lot. We sweat a lot and easily. Air flows in and out freely. But as we age, our movements become slower. We sit for longer periods. Our bodies are often still. Without realizing it, the little windows in our bodies are no longer as wide open as they used to be. As a result, old air is trapped. The smell of dampness lingers longer. The odor doesn't arise from a dirty body, but from a lack of movement and lack of fresh air. Imagine an elderly man sitting in his favorite chair. He's reading, watching, resting. His days are calm. He's unhurried, but his body is rarely awakened. He's rarely asked to open the window. He's rarely asked to breathe in the morning air. The small amount of sweat that appears doesn't evaporate immediately. The folds of clothing trap the air, and the scent slowly settles. This isn't a mistake. It's just a new habit that needs to be adjusted. Let's remember this. The smell of old age is often not due to what we do, but to what we rarely do. Rarely moving, rarely changing positions. Rarely letting the body breathe. The body of an elderly man is like a favorite jacket. Warm, comfortable, always worn, but if that jacket never gets fresh air, even if it's not dirty, its scent will still change. The solution isn't to throw that jacket away. The solution is simply to dry it briefly in the morning sun. Moving in old age isn't about running. It's not about speed, and it's not about proving anything. Moving is about respecting the body that still lives. Opening the window in the morning. Walking slowly for a few steps. Changing your sitting position. These little things are your body's way of saying, "Thank you for giving me fresh air." And fresh air always brings a sense of well-being. Remember this. A body that smells good in its mature years often asks for just one thing: room to breathe. Not forced. Not major changes. Just small habits done with love. Today we learned that trapped air can cause body odor to change, even if you feel clean. And the good news is, this is easy to fix with simple steps. Because every small change is a gift to the body that has been with us for so long. Next, we'll discuss the third cause, which often goes unnoticed, because it stems from simple things we do every day. We eat. We drink. We enjoy life in our own way. But as we get older, our bodies no longer process everything as quickly and efficiently as they used to. And when something stays in the body too long, it leaves a mark. Not just in taste, but also in aroma. And we'll talk about the relationship between what we put into our bodies and the aromas we ultimately emit. Imagine a kitchen. Every day, the kitchen is used. There's hot food. There's drinks. But after use, the pans aren't washed immediately. The table isn't cleared immediately. The first day, it's fine. The second day, the smell starts to change. The third day, the kitchen is still standing. But the smell starts to linger. It's not because the kitchen is bad. It's because small remnants are left too long. That's how a man's body feels in old age. Third cause. Residues of what enters the body remain too long. When you're young, your body is like a fast-flowing river. Whatever enters is quickly carried away. It rarely remains. But over time, the river's flow becomes calmer. It doesn't stop. It just slows down. As a result, small things that enter the body can linger longer and slowly change the body's natural scent. The changing scent doesn't always come from outside, but often comes from within. Imagine an elderly man enjoying dinner. He eats quietly. He savors every mouthful. But his body is now like a storage cabinet that isn't opened often. What goes in doesn't come out immediately. What remains slowly mixes, and that mixture, without our realizing it, reappears as body odor. This isn't a mistake. This is a natural change. The smell of old age is often not about external cleanliness, but about what's left inside. And what's left inside always wants to come out, in its own way. The body of an elderly man is like an old travel suitcase. Every trip is a joy, but if the suitcase is never unpacked, its contents will mix. Clean clothes, worn clothes. They all become one scent. The solution isn't to throw the suitcase away. The solution is to unpack, tidy, and give it time. Eating and drinking are among life's pleasures. In adulthood, these pleasures don't have to be deprived. All it takes is a little awareness. Taking a break. Giving time. Giving space for the body to reorganize itself. When we respect our body's new rhythms, our body will reciprocate with a greater sense of well-being. What we put into our bodies will stay with us longer into our later years. And when we choose wisely, our bodies will thank us with a feeling of freshness and well-being. Today, we understand that body odor can change due to internal residue that doesn't quickly disappear. And the good news is, small changes in habits can have a big impact. Because every age deserves to be lived with confidence and peace. Next, we'll discuss the fourth and final reason, which is often obvious, but its significance is rarely realized. Many older men say, "I do everything the same as before. I haven't changed. I feel like I'm doing it the right way." And that's natural, but a body that has traveled a long way often requires new ways to be properly cared for. This time, we'll talk about old habits that haven't been updated, and how they can affect body odor without us realizing it. Imagine you have an old pair of shoes that have been with you for years. They're comfortable, they fit well, they're full of memories. But over time, your feet change, your stride changes. If you keep wearing those shoes without adjustments, it's not the shoes that are wrong, and it's not your feet that are the problem. What's needed is a new way of caring for and adjusting. That's how we relate to our body care habits as we age. Fourth reason. Inappropriate self-care methods. When you're young, many things can be done simply. A quick shower, clothes are put on, a little attention goes a long way. But as you get older, your body is like a more delicate fabric. It's still strong, but requires a gentler touch and more detailed attention. If you continue to use old methods, small areas are overlooked. And it's these small areas that often retain odor. Odor doesn't arise from laziness, but because the old methods no longer work. Imagine an older man getting out of the shower. He dries his body quickly, as he always has since he was young. But now, there are more folds in his clothes. The skin is softer. Air is more easily trapped. If these areas are not given extra time and attention, small amounts of moisture can remain. And the moisture that remains always has a story to tell. Self-care in adulthood isn't about doing more, it's about doing it differently. A little slower, a little more thoroughly, a little more patiently. The body of an older man is like a favorite shirt. Once, a quick ironing was enough. Now, it needs a slow straightening to stay comfortable. And a shirt that's patiently cared for always looks better. Let's look back on our journey, at the beginning of the story. We learned that the body slows down naturally. Then, we understood the importance of giving it fresh air. Next, we realized that what goes into the body can stay there longer. And today, we learn that self-care needs to adapt to age. None of this is about mistakes. It's about loving adjustments. Maturity isn't the end of comfort. It's not the end of confidence. And it's not the end of self-care. It's precisely at this age that we care for our bodies, not because we want to look perfect, but because we appreciate the long journey. A pleasant body scent isn't about excessive fragrance, but about a feeling of calm freshness. And that freshness always begins with a gentle attitude toward ourselves. May every word be a comforting friend, not a judgmental burden. Always remember, your body has been faithfully with you all this time. Caring for it in a new way is the simplest and most sincere form of love. Keep moving forward calmly, keep breathing easily, and live the days of your adulthood with self-respect. If there's one thing we want to remember today, remember this. Your body isn't the problem. Your body is a witness to your life's journey. Every step you've ever taken, every morning you've ever experienced, every burden you've ever carried, it's all stored in this body. And when your body changes, when it doesn't smell the same as it used to, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you've lived long enough to have a story to tell. Today we're not talking about shame. We're not talking about inadequacy. We're talking about understanding and acceptance. About a body that's now working slower. About habits that need to be adjusted. About new ways to care for yourself. With a gentler heart, uniting the whole message with gratitude. We've learned together that changes in body odor don't come from just one thing. They come from time, from habits, from a changing rhythm of life. And most importantly, everything can be understood and managed. Without fear, without feelings of inferiority. Maturity is not about losing control, but about finding new ways to live comfortably and peacefully. For those of you watching this video alone, on a quiet morning, or a quiet evening, no, you are not alone. Many people around the world are feeling the same things, asking the same questions, and learning the same things. And today, you have taken one step wiser by understanding your own body. That is a form of strength, not weakness, strengthening self-confidence. Self-care in older age isn't about being like someone else. It's not about striving for perfection. Self-care is saying to yourself, I deserve to feel comfortable. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to live each day with peace of mind. And a pleasant body odor is a small part of that confidence. If this video feels soothing to your heart, if the words here feel close and honest, we invite you to hit the like button, so this video can reach more people who may need the same warm message. Share this video with family, friends, or anyone you care about. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future hot content. And if you'd like, leave a comment below. It can be a simple sentence. It can be a personal experience. Or simply write, I'm here, I'm watching. Every comment is a sign of presence, and that presence means a lot. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for listening with an open heart. Always remember, your body is not something to hide. Your body is a home that has protected you throughout your life. Treat it with patience. Treat it with respect. And live the days ahead with gratitude and serenity. Until we meet again, stay healthy, stay calm, and stay proud of your life's journey.